Alright, here we go. What I've got here is a picture of a goldfish. Now I've already done a cutout of it with this layer right here by using this tool right here. You can either lasso or anything like that, but it takes a while to sit here and go around it because you don't want any of that background noise in the final product. So I cut it out just like so. Put it on a white background. I'm going to move this down a little bit here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I'm not sure how GIMP works, but someplace in there, like in the images, adjustments, should probably find black and white, or in this Photoshop version it's Alt-Shift-Control-B. I'll turn that into black and white. Now I'm going to image, adjust brightness and contrast. I want just the right amount of levels of darkness and lightness. Somewhere about there maybe. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this layer by right clicking on it and duplicate it. Alright, now I've got two black and whites right here. The one that's on top of that first layer, I'm going to image, adjust, and invert, or Control I. Now it's going to look all X-ray vision, but that's exactly what you want, because on this layer you change it to color dodge. Now it's still there, it's just canceling itself out. So now I'm going to go up to filter, and this is where it gets fun, is you want to blur and Gaussian blur. And now this is where you can move it around a little bit to about what looks almost like a coloring book style. Somewhere right around there. Now it's still a little pale, so now I'm going to fine tune it some more in the brightness and contrast. Something probably about like that. Now there's another trick that you can do by double clicking, oops, not that one, double click on the layer, and there's a stroke option which will give it a nice little outline. Something happened there, I kind of messed up deleting that. But you can give it more of a coloring book style look. Something about like that. Now that's one way to do it. The second way is I gotta go back to that original goldfish. Where is it? Okay. Now with this I'm going to do the same thing again. Go to black and white, adjust it to black and white. Another adjust the brightness and contrast. Now I'm going to image, adjust, posterize, can give you this type of look to it. Which it's very hard to work with that type. Image, adjust. Here's another way to go to threshold, and now here you can, that's right, it does it all black. It's pretty hard to do regular photos. Like if let me open up a picture of, how about her from Game of Thrones? Image, adjust, black and white. Image, adjust, threshold. See, if I were to delete the background off of her, that would make it a little bit more coloring book style without having all this other funky stuff in the background. See, that's too dark right around her face there, so I'm going to image, adjust, brightness and contrast. Let's go a little bit brighter. Okay, now image, adjust, threshold. Yeah, it's really hard to do photos. But then I can also use a paintbrush and do some cleaning up around the edges. Get rid of all this stuff. These are just some fast, easy ways to do a coloring book style. And it's not perfect like the coloring book pictures that you get at the dollar store or wherever you get kitty coloring books. But if you got a good idea about colors and how to use them and shading and all those techniques, you could easily take this and, let's say if I was coloring in real life, like on a page, if I wanted to make oops, let me change this to so I can just sit here and play around coloring things in. I don't have a mouse, so it really sucks trying to do this. But you kind of get the idea of the different styles and techniques that you can to make any type of coloring book page that you like. Oh, fun and games. I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial of things. I don't know how GIMP works, but it's pretty much the same thing in all Photoshop type programs and pretty much in any type of drawing program that you might have or use.